The all-time great Philadelphia Eagles, Norm Van Brocklin, LaShawn McCoy, Terrell Owens, Chuck Bednarik, Brian Dawkins. A franchise with a lot of pre-Super Bowl era success and 2 Super Bowl championships. And the all-time great Dallas Cowboys, Roger Staubach, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, CeeDee Lamb, and a whole bunch of other Hall of Famers. A franchise with 5 Super Bowls, a dynasty in the 70s and the 90s. Welcome to Sunday Night Football in Week 7 between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys here at At&T Stadium, Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas. We've got a pretty big game up for you with the 1-loss Dallas Cowboys and the 2-loss Philadelphia Eagles. This is a main rivalry in the NFC East, and the captains come to the middle of the field for the coin toss. Cowboys choose heads, they elect to receive, and David Akers of the Philadelphia Eagles will kick off to Ezekiel Elliott and the Dallas Cowboys. And we have underway football. Ezekiel Elliott recovering it at the 14-yard line of the Cowboys. Goes around defenders. He stopped at the 32 for a gain of 18. 4 minutes and 35 in the first quarter. Roger Staubach, play action. He goes deep. It's caught by CeeDee Lamb. The 10, the 5, the touchdown. The Cowboys get on the board real quick. Great job by Roger Staubach and CeeDee Lamb. What a play deep off the play action. Dan Bailey's extra point is successful, and the Cowboys will kick off back to the Philadelphia Eagles. Brian Westbrook recovering at the 11. He's past the 30, past the 40, tackled at the 43-yard line for a gain of 32. What a way to set the pace for the Dallas Cowboys. LaShawn McCoy right, he gets nothing. After defenders were in the backfield really quickly. Motion. Van Brocklin is sacked by Randy White. Big 9-yard loss right there off that Randy White sack. Staubach goes back and he'll throw incomplete with the intention for Terrell Owens. And the Eagles, completely different from the Cowboys, who scored on their first play of the game. The Eagles do not do that. Drew Pearson will recover it from the 7, and he'll take it out for a gain of 2. 2 minutes and 29 seconds. 1st and 10. Staubach goes deep, intended for Irvin. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Cowboys. Emmitt Smith takes the carry right. He's tackled for an 8-yard gain. Big gain there for Emmitt Smith to the 17 of the Cowboys. Shotgun. Staubach sacked by the Minister of Defense, Reggie White. And the Cowboys will punt. Their first drive was a huge touchdown, but their second drive went backwards as Deshaun Jackson will return this. Gets it past the 50, past the 40 to around the 39-yard line. Gain of 17 on that return. Deshaun Jackson takes the carry, and he will gain about 6 to the Dallas 37. Deshaun Jackson is a speed demon. Ed Too Tall Jones will sack Norm Van Brocklin for a loss of 4 to the Cowboys' 41-yard line. Van Brocklin will play action rollout, pass to Ertz, and Zach Ertz will make it inside of the red zone of the Cowboys for a gain of 29. 1st and 10, another play action rollout. Van Brocklin again to Zach Ertz, and he will get it to the Cowboys 1. 1 second left in the first quarter. Handoff to LaShawn McCoy. He's got the touchdown. big play by LaShawn Shady McCoy. And the score is all tied up 7-all. Extra point by David Akers. It's up. It is good. And that's the end of the first quarter. Score is 7-7. We're here with the second quarter. David Akers will kick right back off to Ezekiel Elliott, waiting at the 5. And he gets to the 22-yard line for a gain of 17. 4:32 left, and Emmitt Smith goes up the middle for no gain. 2nd and 10. Another handoff, and Emmitt Smith is tackled for a loss of 3. Stauback, play action, guns it deep. It's caught by Michael Irvin. Contested catch by Irvin, and that's a big first down for the Dallas Cowboys, a gain of 16. Emmitt Smith with a direct snap, gets around defenders, and he's close to a first down, trying to get more yardage, but he'll gain 9. 2nd and 1 at the Cowboys 44. Emmitt Smith up the middle with a big gain. It's a gain of 4, and that's a first down. 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Emmitt Smith with a consecutive carry. I think he's got 3 or 4 carries on this drive. They are going to work Emmitt Smith down the field. They're just matriculating this thing. Gain of 4. Staubach back. Throws it over the middle. It's incomplete. Incomplete, intended for Michael Irvin. Shotgun on 3rd down. 3rd and 6. Staubach throws incomplete right to Smith. And they'll bring on the field goal unit. This will be a 52-yarder by Dan Bailey. Kick is up. And it's good. Cowboys take a 3-point lead against the Philadelphia Eagles. 2 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first half. Dan Bailey kicks it off at the end zone to Brian Westbrook. And Brian Westbrook gets it to around the 17-yard line, still inside the 20. Norm Van Brocklin goes back under center, throws it over the middle. It's incomplete, intended for A.J. Brown. In a minute and 30, 2nd and 10. Van Brocklin over the middle, caught by A.J. Brown. Eagles will call their first timeout with a minute and 18 seconds left in the half. Van Brocklin back. He's sacked by Sean Lee. Sean Lee went right up the gut to sack Van Brocklin. 2nd and 19. Staubach, play action, roll out. He's sacked. It's a fumble. Recovered by Micah Parsons. It's a touchdown. Cowboys score. They are now up by, I think it's 9 points. About to be up by 10. What a sack of Norm Van Brocklin. And a big recovery by Micah Parsons. Dan Bailey's kick is up, and it's good. Less than a minute left in the first half. Dan Bailey sails it to Brian Westbrook, waiting in the end zone. He's got to come out, or it's a safety in Tecmo Super Bowl. And Westbrook makes it to the 31. There's 22 seconds left in the half. About enough time for 1 or 2 plays. McCoy up the middle. He'll gain 2. Eagles will call their final timeout. Now I think this will be the last play of the half. What will the Eagles do? It'll be another handoff to McCoy. He'll get close to the first down marker, but that's it. Cowboys have a 17-7 lead at halftime. And we will bring you guys right to the halftime show, where we will go over the highlights and the stats from the first half. Sunday Night Football halftime show, Eagles at Cowboys, NFC East rivalry. Roger Staubach would play action roll out, first play of the game, the rainbow to CeeDee Lamb, and he would walk it in for the touchdown. Cowboys take a 7-0 lead super early on. Eagles driving. Norm Van Brocklin, 2 consecutive passes to Zach Stop It That Ertz. But he would not make it into the end zone. They'd have it at the 1. And who would they give it to? All-pro running back LaShawn Shady McCoy doing the river dance in the end zone. Cowboys would add a Dan Bailey field goal. Less than 2 minutes left. Norm Van Brocklin would get sacked. It's a fumble recovered by Micah Parsons. Cowboys have a 17-7 lead at halftime. We'll take you back to the second half of Sunday Night Football. Welcome back to Sunday Night Football here between the Eagles and the Cowboys, all-time great teams in Week 7. We have a 17-7 matchup between these two teams after a Micah Parsons fumble recovery for a touchdown. The Eagles have their work cut out for them. Westbrook will return this one from the Eagles 16, gain of 14, but Westbrook is injured. The Eagles kick returner comes out of the game. He will be replaced by Wilbert Montgomery, who has a lot of history against the Dallas Cowboys. If anyone remembers the 1980 NFC Championship game, he put on a show. Deep pass from Van Brocklin to T.O. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Van Brocklin throws it right, incomplete to Deshaun Jackson. 3rd and 10. LaShawn McCoy with the run up the middle, and they're essentially saying we're going to punt it. 4th and 7. Donnie Jones. He'll punt. I believe this is his second punt of the game. It'll go to Drew Pearson waiting in the end zone. It's a touchback. 1st and 10 from the Cowboys 20. Less than 4 minutes left. Stauback, perfect pocket. Throwing it down the left side. It's caught by Jason Witten. Big play for a gain of 40 to the Eagles' 40-yard line. And the Dallas Cowboys are setting up to score again. Emmitt Smith right, gain of 6. Man, what a big play by Witten and the Cowboys. Setting them up for good things. It's 3rd and 2 after that Smith run. And Emmitt Smith will get it again. He'll get the first and more. He gains 6. Philly 26-yard line. Single back formation. Smith again. The Eagles cannot stop Emmitt Smith from getting 4 yards a carry. 2nd and 6. Shotgun. Direct snap to Emmitt Smith. And he'll make it to the 20. 3rd and 4. Emmitt Smith in the backfield. He'll catch it again. And he is tackled for a gain of 1, and this will bring Dan Bailey back on the field. This one for a much closer field goal of 36 yards. Ball is spotted, kick is away, and it's good. It's 20-7. That's the lead for the Cowboys, 13 points. And Dan Bailey will kick this one off. And it'll go to Wilbert Montgomery. Wilbert Montgomery going by Cowboys defenders. Zigging and zagging, and he'll make it to the 42, but now he's injured. The 42 of the Cowboys, and he's getting helped off the field. He will be replaced by Harold Carmichael, another wide receiver with a lot of history against the Cowboys. Norm Van Brocklin from the 42 goes back. Pressure, pass to Terrell Owens, touchdown! Big play to T.O. for a touchdown. Another player with a lot of history against the Cowboys. As a 49ers receiver, as an Eagles receiver, and even as a Cowboys receiver. And this will put the Eagles to within 6. It's 20-14. David Akers kicks off less than 20 seconds. It'll be returned by Ezekiel Elliott to the 11-yard line for a gain of 8. 3 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Handoff to to Emmitt Smith, and he doesn't gain much. 20-14 is the score, and we're here with the 4th quarter. Roger Staubach in the shotgun. He's got a bunch of open receivers, but he'll throw it down the left side to Witten, and it's incomplete. Trying to do what he did in the last quarter. Shotgun for the Cowboys. Direct snap to Emmitt Smith, and Emmitt Smith with a gain of a few. But that's not going to be enough. They're going to punt. And we've got Matt McBriar of the Cowboys punting off to Deshaun Jackson, who is a speedy receiver who can get a lot of yards on special teams. He gets to around the 48 of Philadelphia, setting the Eagles up for a possible lead in this game. Van Brocklin with the play action. He will throw it down the left side. It's incomplete to T.O. 2nd and 10. Two backs in the backfield. McCoy goes around defenders. He's tackled. It's a fumble. Ball goes out of bounds. So Eagles fans, you can breathe a sigh of relief. Less than 3 minutes in this game as it's play action. Roll out. Norm Van Brocklin throws it across his body to LaShawn McCoy. LaShawn McCoy with a pretty big gain there. Gain of 30 to the 14. Deshaun Jackson, he runs left. He's got the touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, the speedy wide receiver. He's been doing a lot of great things from the backfield this season. Doing much more from the backfield than he is as a receiver. David Akers extra point, and just like that, the Eagles are up by 1 with about 2 minutes left to go in this game. Let's see if the Cowboys have something in them. Ezekiel Elliott returns this one. He's tackled at the 17. 1st and 10. Direct snap to Emmitt Smith, and he is tackled after a gain of 1. Cowboys call their first timeout. Minute 44 seconds. Stauback. He'll go back. Throwing over the middle, it's incomplete to Daryl Moose Johnston. 3rd and 9. Eagles come on a blitz, and it's thrown to Moose Johnston, and he gets a first down. Cowboys call a timeout. Remember, they only need a field goal to win this game. Direct snap to Emmitt Smith. He gets around defenders, and he'll make it into Eagles territory. Barely tackled. And the Cowboys, I believe that's their final timeout. 59 seconds left in the game. And Chuck Bednarik, the Hall of Famer, will sack Roger Staubach. 2nd and 14. Staubach goes back, throwing it over the middle. Emmitt Smith to the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Emmitt Smith. And the Cowboys will take a 26-21 lead. And they will go up by 6 after an extra point by Dan Bailey. What a play by Staubach and Emmitt Smith. And Dan Bailey will kick it off to Harold Carmichael. Waiting at the 3. The Eagles will probably only have 1 play in order to do something. 5 seconds left. Motion in the backfield. And Norm Van Brocklin is going to play action, roll out, throw it deep down the right side to A.J. Brown, and he doesn't get it. The Cowboys win this one 27-21. Great game between these two NFC East rivals. The Cowboys barely edge off the Eagles. Hope everyone has a great night, and we will go to the post-game show with stats and highlights. We are back with the post-game show, Eagles at Cowboys. Dan Bailey would kick this off to Brian Westbrook, a guy who was a thorn in the side of the Dallas Cowboys, but he would get injured on the opening second half kickoff. He'd be replaced by Wilbert Montgomery. Very similar thing happening in the 1980 or 1981 NFC Championship game. Roger Staubach deep to Jason Witten. And then Dan Bailey's going to add a field goal to make it a 13-point game in favor of the Dallas Cowboys. Kickoff back to the Eagles, Wilbert Montgomery, at the 15-yard line. Now he goes around defenders, making it past the 40, past the 45, past the 50, and now he's injured. So the Cowboys are taking out returners for the Philadelphia Eagles. He'd be replaced by Harold Carmichael, really the only one who could take over for him. So Norm Van Brocklin would take it deep, fire it to T.O., who also was a former Dallas Cowboy, and the Eagles make it a 14-20 ball game. Eagles get the ball back. LaShawn Shady McCoy showing off the wheels. He's going, get off me. Ball's on the ground. It's a fumble. Ball goes out of bounds. So the Eagles continue to possess the ball. And then Norm Van Brocklin would roll out, throw it to LaShawn Shady McCoy inside the 15-yard line. Motion man, handoff to Deshaun Jackson. Action Jackson's got the touchdown, 21-20. Less than 2 minutes in this game. Third down, Moose Johnston, he converts on the third down. And then Emmitt Smith, he goes inside everybody. A hole gapes open over the middle. But Chuck Bednarik would sack Norm Van Brocklin 2 consecutive times. Last chance for the Cowboys. Over the middle, Emmitt Smith gets the ball. He's running in there for the touchdown. The Dallas Cowboys would win this football game 27-21. Big game for both of these teams. And the Cowboys just end up getting the higher end of the stick. We'll go to Monday, guys.